Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So this is not the official intro for the video. This is basically a part that I'm putting in the beginning of the video before the whole thing was like, I already recorded the whole video basically. That whole thing was done. And I'm coming back like a week or so later after I recorded that video to talk about the mock because there was a few things I wanted to address because I know for a fact I will probably have a comment, like a pinned comment down below in the comment section about this. This mock is actually inaccurate, but it's my Guadalcanal mock I'm talking about. It is inaccurate due to the simple fact that on Guadalcanal, the Marines there did not face resist. They didn't really, fight on the beach like they did on this mock. So this was more of a, what would you want to say, like a kind of personal depiction of it to the point to where I wanted to have a little bit of fun with the build while also being able to talk about the mock, or about the battle, sorry. So I will definitely one day do a actual like historically accurate depiction of Guadalcanal. I believe I want to do, it was called Battle of Alligator Creek, I believe it's called. Would love to do that one day. Not sure what scale I'd do it on, but I would have to acquire not only accurate Marines, I'd have to acquire more 1903 rifles, and I think besides that, it's about it. I mean, I can't think of anything else that I'd really want to acquire, unless maybe I have to acquire a Japanese tank, but I don't recall them actually using tanks. So, I mean, there is a few things I'd probably have to acquire. I'd have to figure out what scale I'd want it, because I believe it was like on the edge of, I believe it was the ocean. I think it was, I forget exactly, but you had like the ocean there, and then you had like this whole like American line right there. Then you had the Japanese pushing from like the water, or like this small section of a beach or something like that. I forget exactly, but I'm not here to talk about the Battle of Alligator Creek today, but that is something I would like to do. So just keep in mind, this build is not historically this build is historically inaccurate, you know what I mean? This build is not accurate. So one day I will go back and do that, but for now, just keep in mind that I'm uploading this before my Battle of Cantigny video that I want to do, hopefully in a few weeks, probably like a week or two after uploading this one. We'll see, depending on how good or bad the video does. So, but that one's actually a bit more accurate. I don't think there was really historical inaccuracy there. If there was, it's not much. So, I mean, that's just something I wanted to note down. Like I said, just keep that in mind, and I hope you all enjoy the video. And we're going to get to the intro. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the Battle of Guadalcanal, the Guadalcanal campaign in World War II, which lasted from August 7th, 1942 to February 9th, 1943. And it was the first major Allied land offensive against Japan during World War II, and it lasted 6 months and 2 days, or 186 days. And the reason I wanted to talk about this and introduce this differently is because I wanted to keep this little introduction and the little history part short and sweet, because I have a build that I was going to get to for it over there, which I believe there was a previous video I did show it, but just a quick little view. It's over there. Right there. Alright, so I'm back. I recorded that first part last night, and now I'm basically, next day, just gonna talk about the build and all that, since, last night I talked about the history, did the introduction, and this is what it looks like. I did show it briefly, but yeah, this is what it looks like. We're gonna go through it because there is quite a bit of detail, quite a bit of soldiers, not as many as I would think. There's probably maybe like only like 20 on here, so not really that many, maybe not even 20, probably just under 20. Like, I think there's 11 US Marines and like maybe 9 Japanese, so I mean probably exactly 20. So yeah, we're probably just gonna start from the American side, honestly, and then we'll work our way to the Japanese side, because for the Japanese side, I also want to go and talk a little bit about the hill, since you can see it does have an interior. So as you can tell, there's a gun in there, which I'll talk about when I get there. So as you can see, the one thing about Guadalcanal is the Americans were not issued all M1 Garands. They were issued mostly, well, pretty much their main rifle at that time was the M1903 Springfield, which is what I have that guy back there holding and that guy there holding. But you'll notice that guy has an M1 Garand. Reason I did that is because I was watching this show, The Pacific, and I believe they were on Guadalcanal, and I think they stole some M1 Garands or something like that. I forget. Maybe they didn't, but I can't really remember. But I even searched up to see how did they get M1 Garands, and they basically would take them off the army guys that were at Guadalcanal, maybe trade them, who knows. And I think that's kind of an interesting little detail that I wanted to kind of capture just to talk about a little bit, because it's not something I wanted to, it's something I wanted to just briefly talk about, not really talk about a lot. But yeah, you can see that guy there, he has a BAR. That guy there, he has a Thompson. You can see though, this guy with the M1 Garand, he's firing up at these two Japanese there who have the Type 99 machine guns. You can see there's also that guy there with a grenade, which I think I got that when I bought the tank that's right here. That was like with all the random weapons and stuff, and that was there, so it's actually kind of neat and handy to have, because it actually looks pretty good for like an American grenade. If I can zoom in a little more, you can see it, so it's not too bad. And you can see that little mortar back there. I thought about putting a crate there for like mortar ammo, but honestly I did not do that, so I think it turned out pretty well despite that. And let me zoom out. What does that guy have? No, I've already gone over those guys. But you can see this tank here, this is an M3 Stuart tank. It's pretty big, like as you can see it is. These guys are really only as tall as the they kind of go up to the tracks right here, like kind of right there where my finger is. So this tank is rather tall. I think in reality the tank is like maybe a brick and like 2 plates or so short, like a brick too tall, because the believe when I saw German soldiers standing next to one, I guess it was in North Africa or Sicily or wherever it was, I'm not too sure where it was, the picture that I have, they were probably standing height-wise about to like right there-ish, maybe. Not Lego, obviously. This is an actual historical photo, so they would have to be probably a brick taller, I think, for it to be an accurate size. So realistically, the tank is just 1 brick too tall, probably. So, but I think other than that, it's a really nice looking tank. Like, it's got the 50 cal on top, which actually looks pretty nice, honestly. Like, I probably wouldn't really use it for a soldier, but still looks really nice. I love the little effect with the firing I gave for it, plus that gun there. Yeah, you can see here, I gave 2 of them these helmets, which I got from that guy there and that guy there. They have these 2 helmets that I got from Temu for free. Forget exactly how I got it for free, but I got them for free. They look really nice. Also, these Marines are inaccurate. Before I really get too deep into this, I wanted to mention that, because if I can get a picture of one of their backs, which I don't think I can, but well, that guy's decent. You can see they have M1943 shovels. They would not have had that. They would have still been using the M1910, but that's just one of inaccuracy that I had with this. Probably one of the only ones, at least the biggest one. I think if I got the Marines right in terms of that, I think I would have been fine. So, but either way, this isn't really meant to be accurate. It's just meant to be a rough, you know, depiction of Guadalcanal. Because if I wanted accuracy, I would probably do the Battle of Alligator Creek, which not going to talk about this video because that's not what this is about. But that's one of them I would love to depict one day. So yeah, you can see there though, that guy has an M1903 Springfield with a bayonet on it. These guys here, they're loading this bazooka, and they're going to aim it towards where that tank is firing, which is that Japanese anti-tank gun in the hill. They want to take it out. And then the interesting thing is, you can see there was that Japanese up there with that mortar. I wanted to have it look like it just fired and he's trying to reload it, essentially, and drop another mortar in there. And it hit this, basically hit right by this tree, and it broke it. So it's basically fallen like that. And not completely fallen, but, you know, the leaves help make it look like it's in the middle of falling, so that's nice. Gravity kind of did the work there. So, as you can see, wanted to make it look like this officer or whatever with his 1911 kind of just flying in the air because a mortar landed right next to him. So, and then you can see there's this guy here. As you can see, he's got a BAR, which isn't bad looking, but I'm pretty sure that stock wouldn't be a brown like that. I'm not sure if BARs actually had wood stocks. Maybe they did, but I'm pretty sure their stock is Bakelite or something like that, which, if memory serves me correctly, it's also partially what the MP40 used. They had Bakelite parts in the MP40, so yeah. But you can see there, this is something I actually skipped over, my bad. You can see there's all these little ice cream cone pieces. I wanted to make it look like these Japanese up here with the machine guns that are firing. I want to make it look like they're peppering a bunch of shots around them, trying to take them out and suppress fire there. So yeah, thought that would be kind of cool. And then you can see there's this guy here with a trench shotgun. Wanted to make it look like he was aiming for these two Japanese there, specifically this one in the front, because they're kind of just running through this little woods, jungle, whatever you really want to call it, but it's more of a jungle than anything. You can see this Japanese soldier here. He is firing his gun. I had to put it on the bayonet because that's like the only way to make it look like he's firing his gun at this guy here with the BAR. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, now we're gonna really get onto that hill and the interior of it, and then I think we'll be almost done with this video. So on the inside, it's not really anything fancy. As you can see, it's kind of ugly looking, but it works for, you know, if you're just looking at this angle from here, it's not too bad. I mean, the only thing that I wish I could have done better on is where that gun is, but I think these wood walls here are fine, honestly. Like, I covered up a pretty good amount of this whole area, so yeah. But like I said, on top, you got that guy with the Japanese machine gun. He's kind of running up so that he can fire at that guy with the shotgun once he can get it down. Those two guys, like I said, which this is actually a good angle, if I can get it to focus a little, as you can see. It's a really nice looking angle if I can get it to focus a little. Like, you can kind of see a lot with this. I think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, I think this part of the build turned out pretty nicely for my first time actually building a hill like this. And you can see here, that Japanese guy right there, he's just basically, you know, he just fired the anti-tank gun. And so now this guy here, he's rushing to grab another round or shell. And if I zoom in a little bit, you can see all I did was get a Lego crate and just stuck a bunch of 22 long rifle ammo or 22 LR and just stuck it in there just to look like shells. Those are, I think those are mostly rounds that weren't good because they're bent and stuff like that. So from what I remember, that's what it is. But I do have some that's actually not bent. Just, you know, I think they're in a safe. So, but yeah, it's pretty much what this build looks like. It's nothing too crazy. I probably need to straighten this. Hang on. Now we fixed the build because it was crooked because I was trying to look in that corner and kind of get an overview of this hill. I think it actually turned out pretty nice because all I did, I think, was use mostly 2x2 bricks and then smoothed it out with a bunch of random slopes, and on the top I kind of wanted it to look a bit more blocky like that, because I wanted it to look like they dug it out a bit and tried turning it into a position and all that so that they could fire down on the beach. Now, is this accurate? No. I'm sure there was not a hill like this at Guadalcanal, but like, I wanted to have some fun with this build still, so I think this worked out pretty well. I think the only thing I wish I could have done better with this build is actually at a smaller M3 Stewart, but honestly, sometimes that's kind of the price you pay, so I think sometime maybe I'll get a smaller one, we'll see. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this one. Although it is really big, it's like almost as big as that hill. It's like almost as big as that hill. Although if I put it right next to it, I'm sure it would be. I think the only reason it's not is just because you got like a 2 brick difference here. Because it's like 3 bricks tall pretty much in between where that hill is and this tank. So, it's probably one big reason why. But yeah, that is a pretty big tank is all I can say. I think I paid like $21 for it on AliExpress. So not too bad. I love these little tools on the back though, because they actually look really nice. I might have to buy a little bar for that, because I have a hammer that I can make with one of those bars. I just have to get a bar that size and stick a little hammer piece on it, and I'll have a hammer. So I might one day take those off the tank, like if I wanted to, for a mock, because I think that could be interesting. And I might be able to use this in a mock anyways at some point if I wanted to have like someone fixing the tank or something. But yeah, I think that could be cool, especially if I wanted to make it look like they're clearing out the road or something with that little axe thing there. Like if they were going down a path in the jungle and there was a tree or something blocking it. I think that could be interesting. But I think this tank overall looks nice, besides the fact there's quite a bit of loose elements, just pieces that didn't fit well, that sort of thing. I had a missing piece, so I had to break a Lego piece to fit, that sort of thing. But yeah, for basically all my figures and the tank itself there being fake Lego, I think it's pretty nice. Also, I actually forgot to talk about that anti-tank gun in there. I do have one I can showcase real quick. Hang on. All that anti-tank gun is in there is just one of these Brickmania anti-tank guns, which is a Japanese Type 147mm anti-tank gun. They were used at Guadalcanal, although they weren't the primary anti-tank gun I'm pretty sure they used. I had to look and see what battles they actually used these in, but at Guadalcanal, but I'm not going to be using it if I did Alligator Creek, because I'm pretty sure Japanese didn't really use anti-tank guns in the battle from what I remember, so yeah. But I think this looks pretty nice as a anti-tank gun, considering I got like 5 of these for like $22, so I saved almost $130, so instead, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I need to talk about this video. Pretty much that's the whole build. Probably going to be doing a live stream or two to take it apart. So, not sure when this video will go out. Probably going to do it when the video that I uploaded last, the World War I Canteen video, when it hits a week, I'll probably go and upload this one. But yeah, thank y'all for all the support on that video, by the way. Just made a post on it earlier. We're at like 300 plus views right now. So I want to thank y'all for that. It's not often one of my videos, not shorts, by the way. Shorts usually do that well, but videos themselves don't usually get hundreds of views like that. So thank y'all for that. It's kind of a 1 in a million type of video in terms of getting that many views. So yeah, thank y'all for that. It's a really rare occurrence, and I love this job. Well, it's not really a job. It's more of a thing I like just being able to do. It's not really a job yet because I don't make money from it. But I do enjoy doing this. So thank you all for those who watch, who subscribe, all that stuff. Because I would not be able to do this without y'all, and I would not be where I'm at without y'all. So if y'all ever have any build ideas, I mean, I have a whole list of build ideas that I need to get done, but a lot of them I'm not too sure how I want to do them. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day and a great night, and yeah, hope you all have a great week.